apparently things that you need to know about it. This is the new-ish tarot spread that I'm doing for the channel. So I hope you like it. You can leave some constructive feedback, if you will, in the comment section. I'll definitely read it if you want any suggestions or change. But anyways, before we start this video, I just want to let you guys know that for this video, and only this video, core cards are only going to be found in this deck, which is the What You Need to Know deck. Alright, there's going to be 4 kings, and they're going to represent a person, man or woman, doesn't matter, and obviously whatever sign, fire, water, air, etc. Alright, there's a rhyming reason why I'm doing that. I'll obviously leave a small brief explanation in the description if you obviously want to know more about that. Also, as always, if the story doesn't resonate, please don't make it apply. Some of these messages are going to be somewhat brief, generalized. It is what it is, what comes out, so you'll kind of know immediately when I start talking about it if it applies to you or not. Just go with it, follow your intuition. Alright, Aquarius, we're going to get going here. Let's hope for good things. Let's see what you need to know. Aqua gang. It's assuming I can even read your reading, but I am an Aqua, and trust me, I don't even understand my own brain sometimes, so trying to understand the reading is just like, you get where I'm going with this. I'm with Aqua. Right? Give me 5 cards on what Aquarius, zodiac sign of Aquarius, for the collective. What is Spirit want Aquarius to know? 5 significant messages, please. So we're going for the top of the deck. So we have 5 messages here. I will definitely talk about them, promise. Can I get 1 card to show the relation? What are all these messages related to? 1 card for each, please. And thank you. I'm so sick of seeing the 7 of Pentacles early on. Whatever. I guess it's a theme right now. Okay, Aquarius. So your first card up is Pisces energy. We have the 9 of Cups. Great. What is it related to? 9 of Pentacles. There seems to be some triumph or attempt to be successful. I want to be a winner. Don't we all, Aquarius? Unfortunately, this doesn't really tell me a lot. It's very positive, though. It does suggest aspirations to, I guess, a 9 of Pentacle energy has been coming out a lot. At least in my trial runs and some videos that I've attempted to do, whatever. I don't want to over talk about this, but I've seen a lot of the 9 of Pentacles. So it seems to be, like I said, another card that's like 7 of Pentacles kind of running through a lot of the zodiacs. It is highlighting some degree of independence. Money, doing well, looking good, or at least their desire. There's a relation here. So this is a focus for some Aquas. You've got to improve something. Either you are doing it or you're aspiring to want to do it. But it is bringing attention to the 9 of Cups. So one would ask, for such a positive combo, what is this trying to point to you? My assumption is that there is aspirations to want this, to try and succeed at something, or improve your life, or do something that's going to be radically different, that's probably going to turn heads. All right, Nine of Cups energy is in some ways a wish coming true. Success, it's you're toasting, baby. Boy, that looks good. I'm gonna toast to myself because man, I kicked ass. But it's not, the fact that it's telling you, it wants you to know about that probably suggests that that hasn't quite come to fruition. So my assumption is that it's right now something that's either for some of you you're working or attempting to try and acquire some elevated degree of success, or you are aspiring to want to do it. But I wonder in some cases if this is bringing attention to asking you in some cases if this is, if what you're doing is really something that you truly are passionate about. The Nine of Cups has that water energy, so it does kind of suggest that whatever your success is something that brings. It's not just that you did it, right? Anybody can just do something. We can all go on a 1 mile walk or whatever like that and get a prize at the end or a ticket saying, "Congratulations, you did it." Um, for somebody that has that emotional investment, that's something they've really wanted to their whole life, getting that little certificate is going to feel it's going to be feel like winning the lottery. But for somebody else, they're just there because someone dragged them along. They don't really have the emotional investment. They don't really care to be there. They just did it and they got the reward. They're going to throw it in the trash. That's kind of what this is the difference here. You want obviously whatever your hard work is going to go into to be something that is emotionally fulfilling. Okay. Again, we can all aspire and accomplish things. It's not about the accomplishment. It's about how you feel about the reward at the end. If you're going after something you don't like, just be prepared. You might get the rewards, but you're not going to be satisfied with the rewards. You're going to find yourself in the same spot before you started. Disappointment. But let's find out a little bit more. Give me another card on the Nine of Cups. Why does Spirit want Aquarius to know about? I'm going to take that Four of Cups. Again, this sounds like an Aquarius that is not quite satisfied with what they have. But Wes, I have a Ferrari outside. I don't really care. This is what the message is telling me, right? It's suggesting somebody, regardless of your financial status or whatever, there is some potential for a yearning for something more. Is that to make a statement to somebody or prove or demonstrate to friends or family or something that you know better or you can do it? Perhaps you've had a lot of setbacks and failures and it's just like it doesn't look good. So you're like, I'll show them. Old Aquarius here is going to rise above and they're going to see just how much my glow up is going to, I don't know, you know where I was going with that. But I mean, having a glow up moment, like, I'm going to do something amazing and everyone's going to notice it. And it's like, I'll show them. But I'm not discouraging that. By all means, knock yourself out. But I think the advice, or what it's trying to point out here, is just make sure it's emotionally fulfilling. All right. Let's get a. I mean, I don't think it really needs advice, but I'll get one card of advice. Let's see if it tells us anything else. One card of advice to the Nine of Cups. Given that this is kind of a vague message, what is the advice for Aquarius? We have the Two of Pentacles here. Great thing about the Two of Pentacles is it is a balancing act, but it is something that can suggest stability. When the card, I'm not doing reversals here, so we can only see the positive of this card, which would probably suggest that things are, in some cases, can be turbulent or difficult. Doesn't matter what the situation, if it's a love situation, a general life situation. There's always going to be challenges, but question is always, can you actually make it work? Some people can, some people can't. How do you know? You can just talk to them. I'll tell you. Oh, my day today sucked ass. I could barely get anything done, blah, 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 and this almost fell apart, and I almost missed my point. That doesn't sound like the true embodiment of Two of Pentacles. It's more for somebody that is actually facing the challenges of life and actually making it happen. They're doing it, right? But again, it could be some degree of turbulence. But sometimes, in order to basically make that happen, there needs to be compromises. In other words, you need to know what you want and focus in on it. When it comes to this situation, Aquarius, getting what you want, especially if it is a something, if you write it down and you say, this is what I want and this is what's emotionally fulfilling to me, it might be something that is unfortunately difficult or kind of almost something that seems out of reach. And in some cases, people can compromise and go with something that's similar that might produce results, but it's easier. But it's not really as emotionally satisfying, as I already just talked about. So with the Two of Pentacles as your advice, you probably need to, if you're approaching this situation, look at what's on your plate. Might need to make sacrifices in order to maintain balance. All right. And also commitments are really important, especially with Pentacle energy. You won't be able to obviously, if there is something that you're going after and you want something, just know that you can get it and you're going to have to focus on it. But there may be sacrifices that need to be made, especially if you are the Aquarius that overthinks, has too many things on your plate, or you're trying to basically be a jack of all trades, master of none. Boy, you can show up to everything, you can pretty much do everything, but you're just below average with all of it. It doesn't really produce winners, unfortunately. So whoever you are, whoever this is applying to, it sounds like you're trying to accomplish something, but you're getting the words of wisdom to be cautious how you approach this. Don't overload yourself. Do it right or don't do it at all. Anyways, moving on. We have the Four of Wands here. Good card and what you need to know. What is it going to? Just judgment is what the relation is. So clearly there is some deep consideration about something. Once again, going to some degree of desiring to elevate one's life or be recognized or have some type of achievement. This could especially apply to Aquarius that just doesn't feel they haven't accomplished a whole lot in their life. How do I get there? What do I do? Enlighten us about judgment, please. Why is this what it's related to? Because clearly Aquarius is doing this. Tell me more. Five of Swords. We're going to take that. So, probably for some of you coming out of serious situations where you got fucked over, let down, or somebody screwed you over. And it's like, boy, all that work I did amounted to nothing. Tell us more about judgment, please. Wheel of Fortune. Tell me more about Wheel of Fortune. Or Five Cups here. Tell me more. Yeah, tell me more about Wheel of Fortune. Whatever. Tell me more about it. Five of Wands. So you have two fives here. So I'm just gonna stick with what I just said there. Of course, I think there is some degree of for whoever this is gonna apply to, and again, it's kind of tying back to the first message for an Aquarius that is aspiring for something better. I would immediately assume this is relating to potential stagnation, just getting tired of the same routine, or just getting, maybe it's just getting by or doing okay, but you're kind of the background story, or at least maybe it feels like that. High potential that there could have been scenarios, like I said, you invested time and energy to it, just kind of panned out to be a total waste of time or you got screwed over, and it's just like, boy, I just made no progress. Wonderful. I think there could also be a degree of just kind of wishful thinking. Okay, I had that for one other sign. I don't know who it was, but a degree of that. Also, there is some, I think, an element of mystery with the Wheel of Fortune suggesting an Aquarius that is just kind of like daydreaming a little bit that, God, I just hope it just works out in my favor. Something's going to change for me. I don't know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen or if it'll happen, but it doesn't hurt to wish. And also probably dealing with situations that are sometimes conflict prone and just kind of trying to wing it or get out of it and just kind of, well, hopefully it won't tilt the scales too much and I'll just kind of get by. Probably a problem and something that's kind of catching up for whoever this applies to, and it could be an internal tower with the judgment there about trying to decide what to do. Maybe there's a degree of frustration. I'm just getting sick of this because it's not really producing anything or going anywhere. This could be a fed up moment for some Aquarius just wanting to change something. What you need to know, the Four of Wands, again, there is accomplishment that's, like I said, being highlighted here. So it is kind of saying it is favorable that, you know, something good could be in the works for you, but it's also highlighting that you kind of have to choose that with judgment. We ain't going to choose it for you. Spirit's not going to do that for you. You kind of have to make that decision. How do I make that decision? It's based on your past experiences. Are you going to learn from it or are you not going to learn from it? Well, I sure hope I make the right decision. I sure hope so too, because to be honest, Spirit's not going to do it for you. I mean, if you choose to basically go back to some crappy old situation, you're going to get the same prize. So, just know that. But it is highlighting, I want you to know there is, on the other end of the rainbow, there's some positivity. There's something that could be potentially lucrative or favorable. Now, again, this could even talk about relationships. For some of you that are wanting to take a leap into something different, possible. But in this particular concept, I think it's just something general, Aquarius, like something that could be, I don't know what it is. Spirit wants you to know about it, but it's something that could really be like a triumph for you. Something that, again, the Nine of Pentacle energy, it could be something that could really boost your morale, your confidence. How that comes to you, I don't know, but it's going to be based on whatever you choose here. I don't know if that's making any sense to any Aquarius, whatever. Next up, we have the Sun card. Apparently, you need to know, once again, focus is a big degree of, um, it seems like Spirit wants you to know, highlight good things that could happen. Improvement. Especially if you're an Aquarius that's just been down to the dumps, it's strongly highlighting here positivity here. What is related to four wands? We just talked about that. So again, this would almost tell me that again, like you guys, certain Aquarius already know about this. It's like it's being aspired for. Um, if that is the case, and you are in that situation, and you're kind of wondering whether it's going to pan out to anything, you're kind of getting green light that yes, it's going in the right direction. All right. It's understandable that in life sometimes there's a lot of days that just become stagnant or mundane. It's like one minute it's Monday, the next minute it's Sunday, and you're like, how did I get here? I don't know, Aquarius, but I mean, sometimes it's just like we go through life and we do shit like that. But start to, if you don't really have the wins in life and you're always just kind of getting the average and it's just always the same, it's the groundhog effect, and it's just like the same soup that I eat every day, the same road that I always take, it starts to become stale. Life becomes stale, and it gets, all of us eventually get that urge. We need to do something different. I want to explode in a different direction. It's kind of telling you that it's there. There's something positive that's coming for you. But again, emotionally fulfilling choices, very important. Wishful thinking, stop doing that. Three, make a decision. A decision. It is also highlighting, like I said, potentially very favorable success that could come to you. But again, not going to be handed to you, and it's not going to be given to you. You have to. I don't know what that's about. If that's applying to you, if you're in a successful Aquarius, it's doing everything right, then great, keep doing that. None of these messages will probably apply to you. Well, actually, I guess maybe it is. Just letting you know you're doing well. Next up, we have Wah Wah, the devil. Mm-mm-mm. What is it related to? Seven of Pentacles. This tells me an Aquarius that is trying to change bad habits of some sort. If you are an Aquarius that is doing something that you know is working against you, you've been doing it for a long time, this is kind of suggesting that there's probably an awareness with the Seven of Pentacles. I don't think this card is referencing anything related to the good side, which is the abundance and all that kind of stuff. This is directly indicating something around an Aquarius that is thinking about things that have not been particularly producing good results in one's life, and there's consequences, or you're having side effects from whatever it is you're doing. Okay. Um, my intuition now with this pairing could go a lot of ways, but what I'm intuitively getting is that this seems like something involving an Aquarius that is aware of this could be related to drugs, alcohol, or some type of substance abuse. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Okay. An Aquarius that may know about things that are impeding one's progress or improvement in life, that is subconsciously aware of it, but I don't know if this is overlooking it. In other words, it's like you're aware of the problem, but in some ways trying to work around it. Hopefully that makes sense to someone, but that's what's coming to my mind. I wouldn't say it's an avoidance behavior. It's like you acknowledge it, but you're not really addressing it at the same time. It's like I'm trying to make changes to my life, but I'm just not gonna. We're just not really focusing on this. I'm aware of it, but I'm not. We're just not touching it right now. That's what I'm getting strongly here. Um, let's get one more card, I guess. Tell us more about the devil energy. Why does Spirit want Aquarius to know? For whoever that's applying to, whichever Aquarius, why the devil energy? Why does Spirit need to know that? Especially if Aquarius already knows about it. Tell us more. Old Spirit. Okay, so something around. Okay. I don't want to just butter off on what I think already. Just tell me more about the Hierophant. This is one of those messages. I could make something, obviously say something about the Hierophant immediately, but let's just see what else comes through. Tell me more about the Hierophant. Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is gonna. I'm just gonna get confused here. I'll use a different deck. This is my advice deck, but I just it's calling me to use it, so I'm just gonna do that. Tell me more about Five Pentacles. Why is that showing up? Chief, I'm not understanding this message whatsoever, and I feel like an idiot. What is the Knight of Cups? Motion proposal went south. Session. Sorry, Aquarius. I'm trying to understand this message. It's complicated. Tell me more about the Hierophant. Give me one more card in the Hierophant. Or maybe I should be asking the Seven of Pentacles. No. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles. That's what I need to be asking. Explain that more. Why is that going on for Aquarius? Why is it related? Five of Wands. Once again, how do you have this again? So there's turbulence of some sort. What is the situation that you're dealing with? Explain the Nine of Cups. So this is like almost indicating your Aquarius. Okay, unfortunately, this is going to apply to some of you. It's like almost indicating something around a behavior pattern of some sort that's probably negative that you're aware of, but at the same time not addressing, but still kind of trying to fix something. And the solution seems to be trying to go back to conservative or tried and tested things that may be boring or uninteresting, but you're kind of like saying like, well, I need to do that because it's gonna resolve this mess or whatever. It's like maybe bringing a comfort to some extent. I think this situation, whatever, is bringing consequences. You're aware of it. Emotionally, it's depleting you, but it's like, what a fuck me, dude. Trying to it's just just one more card. Clarify the Hierophant, and then that's the last card. I give up after that. Was it Six of Pentacles? That doesn't help me at all. It kind of just confirms whatever I was just saying. Alright, Aquarius, either you make sense of that or not. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's trying to say there. I mean, it's trying to highlight, again, some focus that needs to be made on potentially a habit that's working against you. Likely drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. If that doesn't apply to you, then oh God, okay, one more card, of course, and I'm done with this whatever this is. Clarify the devil. Anything else we need to know about that? Everything else was just not helping. Ten of Cups. Maybe it's like a situation where, again, I'm still kind of tying back. It could be affecting. I don't think it's a relationship, of course. The Ten of Cups can't talk about interaction with like family, friends, social connections, things that bring joy and happiness to your life, successful situations, feeling connected. All right. If one's trying to get out of this and you kind of are getting some degree of emotional poverty, trying to lean back to tried and tested things, there's some dysfunction or feeling out of whack here. Okay, but it's trying to tell you that there's an instigating factor that clearly is plaguing you that you're aware about that you need to focus on that I'm assuming you're not focusing on. That's causing problems. Fuck me. If that makes sense, it makes sense. Otherwise, whatever. Not gonna talk about it anymore. Done with it. Aquarius. Done. So done with that. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Next we have Nine of Swords. Right, Aquarius. So sleepless nights, stress again. Is this related to the what we just discussed? Potentially. What is it related to? The world. So there's a desire to cross a new boundary. Have I learned all my lessons? Am I accomplishing? Am I moving forward? Dang, Aquarius, it kind of sounds like some of you are really questioning where you're at in life. I understand that there are Aquarius out there that are quite comfortable or happy with where they're at, but I don't know, this reading kind of suggests there's a desire for something more, wanting more. It does suggest favorable things, which is great, but why is the stress here? Um, let's see here. Tell us more about the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, Gemini energy, pretty heavy hitting energy because it does suggest, like I said, extreme, like an escalation of stress. It would definitely draw attention to a situation that is plaguing an Aquarius mind and also synergizes with what we just talked about. Two of Cups. Please, God, I hope it's not related to a relationship. Is this an Aquarius wanting to make something work with somebody? Perhaps it's not related to this other message. I mean, it looks similar, but could be different. This could also be tying back to potentially an isolated problem around a connection of some sort that may not be going anywhere, but at the same time keeps you up at night. I almost get intuitively that you don't even know why. It could even be something that you're just sick and tired of. It's just like one of those questions of like, why the heck? I mean, why do I worry about this so much? But at the same time, you do. You want it for some reason. But there's also concern about where's it going? Is it actually going to pan out to be something that is going to be great? Your world card probably does suggest in some cases, things transforming or elevating, going in a different direction, progress. You, them, learning from your mistakes, working together, resolving stuff, moving forwards into a new chapter. Is that happening? I don't know. Especially if you're up at night, kind of strangling yourself. Might suggest that may not be happening. Unless, however, it's what you need to know. So my assumption is that there could be a degree of an Aquarius that is investing into a situation of some sort, on and off potentially, or is actively in that situation that is getting a lot of stress coming from it, but is not either ignoring it or just not paying attention to it or just trying to pretend like it's becoming like a pet. You know, it's just like, yeah, this is a connection that I'm dealing with, but it comes with a shit ton of stress, and I kind of just accept that that's how it is, and therefore I just kind of keep it as a pet. It's normal. It's not normal, Aquarius. If that's going on, that's definitely not normal, which is what it's talking about. This could be an Aquarius trying to basically, like, I don't know, like I said, pretend that stress does not really exist in here. And it's probably drawing your attention to the warning. What are you doing? Are you really, is this normal? Is this healthy? I mean, if you've done it long enough, this might, I mean, some people might say, yeah, that's just how it is. Very concerning words when someone tells you that, because you're like, wow, you have dealt with this for how long? I don't know. I'm getting that kind of energy here. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but whatever. Um, let's find out more. I'm going to use also the advice deck for this. Give me a card on the world. Tell me more about why the Nine of Swords is related to the world card for Aquarius. Three of Swords. I sure hope, Aquarius, this is not a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It. This is what this energy is screaming to me. This is that Aquarius that's like, yeah, I got shafted. I got shit under the stick. Well, I don't know, like 2,000 times. What? You can't win if you don't play. I gotta try. I can fix it. I can do it. This is kind of what it's like. We're almost at the finish line. Well, didn't you say that 5 years ago? Yeah, but that was different. You know, things were way different then. Now it's improved. Well, you said that last year and it didn't change. Yeah, but this time it's different. This is kind of what this seems like. Boy, I sure hope I'm wrong here. And with the Nine of Swords, just know it is oftentimes describing a Aquarius that's probably ignoring their intuition. In other words, you already know what the result's probably going to be of the situation, but we can worry about that later. It will keep me up at night, but I don't really want to face the music because then it would probably indicate that this is not going to happen. And I can't have that. I don't know. Maybe that's really extreme and I'm going off on a tangent there, Aquarius, but hopefully that makes sense to someone out there. Let's get a wild card for you and finish this reading because I'm done with Aquarius. I love my sign, but seriously, it's just sometimes I don't understand some of these messages. This is whatever. One wild card for Aquarius and one Aquarius in this video. Please make it good. Love you. Thank you, Chief. Two of Wands. Okay, you need to make a choice about something, or you have a choice that you could make. Yeah, we'll use this. What is the Two of Wands related to? So this may not be bad. It just could be you trying to choose something. Tell us more about the Two of Wands. Six of Wands. Okay, so there could be, again, there's consideration. No, let me clarify more. Give me one more card in the Two of Wands. What is the other wand? In the relation for what's been considered. Oh God, there's the Eight of Swords again. So Aquarius, this is again describing a situation here where an Aquarius that is aware of some sort that one path is going to be a lot more successful than the other path. Okay, that's the first possibility. The other possibility is confidence issues on whether or not to take action on something. Feeling to some extent paralysis by analysis. I've already said this for like, I don't know, one other sign. What is the advice for the Two of Wands? I mean, what would be keeping you so stuck? It can't be a relationship for everyone, so maybe it's some other situation I'm not seeing here. What is the advice for the Two of Wands for Aquarius? Wheel of Fortune. Clarify Wheel of Fortune before I speak on that. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Just give me one card. Temperance. Okay, so in that case, all right, Aquarius. So here's the positive. In this particular case, if you're the wishful thinker that we talked about earlier, in this particular scenario, it is suggesting it could be favorable to you. Wheel of Fortune, you have Temperance right next to it, suggesting that there could be something that could be pretty good for you. All right. What could that be? Probably something that could be more emotionally balanced in your life, some degree of success. I already think though, Aquarius, even though that's generalized, is that you kind of, for whoever this is applying to in some of these messages, like there's an Aquarius or something like that already knows this. This is that collective read, so there's like, this doesn't seem like it's brand new information. It seems like Aquarius that are out there that are doing life, but already know that there could be more and are aware of this, but there's like some roadblocks here. And there's a lot of stuck energy in one's mind, overthinking stuff. And I think there's an awareness that there could be victory or accomplishment here. But which way do I go? Wheel of Fortune and Temperance is kind of leaning that, I'm gonna stick with my gut here. And Six of Wands. If you already have the belief that it could be potentially successful, then go with it. Just do it and try it out. All right, this isn't really helping you though. If this is resonating with you, Aquarius, the stress about whatever, I don't know, some scenarios and stuff like that keeping you stuck, because it kind of sounds, especially with everything I just talked about, that there's so much contemplation and thinking, but it's not actually producing anything. It's like you're getting by, you're doing stuff, but you're not moving forwards directly. yeah. I don't know. For those Aquarius that are doing exceedingly well, good job, love ya. But unfortunately, this is what I got. So take it or leave it. All right. A lot of aspirations for success. I think there's high potential for that, especially we have the Sun and the Four of Wands here, and also the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, also another highlight. But it's crossing a path. Hopefully, we'll see something next time we do these reads. Love you, Aquarius. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, you got something out of this. Let me know in the comment section if you have any concerns or questions. Bye. Bye for now.